Hi there boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. Right, have some more Ace replays for you. Our first one is from Godslayer from GTC1, and he's rolling out on Dead Rail in the Churchill 7 at tier 6. And yeah, it's quite a long replay, this one. The game does goes on, I think, for a good 6 minutes. And initially, it was an odd one for me to watch, because I know that Godslayer does like playing his TDs, and it really sometimes it winds me up when I've got teammates that play their tanks out of role, and to a certain extent he does that in the beginning part of this game. He almost he puts it into a TD spot and he snipes across the map. Now, normally that would actually drive me crazy, but he makes it work. This is one of the few maps in the game where you can snipe across the entire map. If you have the view range and a good gun, you can actually hit one side of the map to the other pretty much, as long as you have targets spotted. And that is exactly what Godslayer is going to do here. The Churchill 7 is a very, very slow tank. It's not getting anywhere quickly. I didn't get on with the tank so well for that reason. I like something with a bit more maneuverability. I like to get up close and personal and have a brawl. So this isn't a tank that would naturally favour my playstyle, but Godslayer here, he really does play the tank very well. He has targets that are spotted in front of them. He has the range to engage them cross map. So protect your hit points. That's exactly what he's doing. It's a very different playstyle, and potentially he's playing the tank somewhat out of role, but he's got targets and he's engaging them. He's already taken one kill. Now he's lost the spot on a few targets here. However, we've still got tanks across the map here that potentially he can get to grips with. These are, these are long shots. They're going to be sometimes difficult shots to make. You've almost got to try and predict where the tank is going to be, but he keeps pulling it off. You can obviously tell from the play style he's adopting here that he plays a lot of TDs, and he plays them quite well. So it's looking okay at the moment. Green are a base up, but they are a tank down. Now you can see we've got a KV2 that is camped out in the opposite corner there. You can see that we've got somebody trying to get a cap on C, so he takes a quick shot to see if we can try and get the cap off. That doesn't quite come off for him, and his other two teammates are looking fairly healthy at this point. So he hasn't got any targets spotted across the map now, so he is going to have to try and make his way over into this corner to engage the KV2, and that is, this is the weakness of this tank. Unfortunately, it does take a long time to get anywhere. It's not the sort of tank where you can redeploy quickly, so he's going to do his best to get over here and potentially help out his teammate. His teammate is taking some damage from that KV2. We also have a light tank that's threatening off on his flank, so he's making sure that he's aware of this guy's position. Now his teammate here is sort of sandwiched between two tanks here, a little bit impatient with that shot, so it doesn't quite pull it off. So now he really does have to get up here and try to get to grips with this KV2. His teammate gets taken out there. He does manage to put in another shot and do a little bit of damage there, and it's just a question now of trying to get round on this KV2. The green team are still a tank down. He manages to snap a shot straight there into the top of the turret, and he's done just over 1,000 damage now. However, the KV2 has now gone the other side here, so again it's going to take a while. It doesn't go anywhere quickly, this tank, but now we've got to get over here and stop this KV taking the cap off A, and try and get him cleared up. So it's a 2-on-2, and that gives Godslayer all the information he needs. Mr. KB there doesn't have the big fat derpy gun loaded, which means he can afford to get in there with the fast firing gun on the Churchill and try and get this guy cleared up. Now he's getting closed on from the back by the Leopard here. Thankfully, pretty good armor on the Churchill 7, so he manages to bounce a few of the Leopard shots there. Trying to get his tank angled, does a good thing here, drives backwards at this guy, gets a bit of ram damage and takes his momentum off him. The Leopard stops there to get his shots in, which was probably a mistake. He should have been round the other side of the dead tank. However, he's not really in a great position, and Godslayer manages to clear him up for another kill and the win. Ace mastery, and over 2,000 damage and 2 kills. Patient play, but not a bad game at all. Okay, here we have one of my games actually. I'm in the Sherman Firefly here on Faust, and beginning part of the game I play it a little cautiously, purely and simply because having a quick look at the team formats, I can see potentially that meds and lights on this flank we're going to be potentially a tank down, so we are potentially going to be outnumbered here, and in these circumstances you don't abandon your teammate and just drive off the other way. Too many players do that, it drives me crazy. But you back your team up, but you don't go in YOLOing first. You want the other guys to poke first if they're up here, and potentially give yourself a chance to at least hold this flank and potentially knock out some enemy tanks. So that's why I'm playing it a little patiently at the moment. As you can see, we've only got one enemy tank spotted from the red team at this point, so not a time just to go driving blindly round corners. So as we come up here, it becomes pretty apparent that we haven't got anything going on this flank. We've got a few more red tanks spotted now, so it's time basically to redeploy, get to a different flank, and start trying to get to grips with these guys. And as we come round here, I think there we go, could spot a Leopard just there. One of my teammates has highlighted him as a target, so we're going to go around here and try and get this guy out of the game. So as we come round, get a nice look at the back of his tank here and start racking in the damage. The Firefly does have quite a good DPM for this tier. Not great armor, but it will take the odd bounce if you manage to angle it. Get a couple off the Leopard there, and Mr. Leopard's decided to try and sit there and DPM trade. Probably not a good idea. So we take him out for my first kill. Now we are a tank down at this point. We can see that most of the action is taking place on the other side of the map, so I need to get over there. And as we come around here, I can see there's a VK on his way, potentially coming round to this flank. So we're going to stop here, get the tank angled up to the front, and see if we can close in on this guy. So we managed to stick one in there. Didn't get the track shot that I was going for. Nonetheless, did manage to take a bounce because I angled the tank. And now it's going to be a question of basically who's got the faster firing gun here, which is going to be the Firefly in this circumstance. It's not as fast as you would want it to be for a tank of this size. You'd think it would be a little bit faster, but it does have an excellent gun, and if you do have to get into a bit of hit point trading, not always the best idea, but if you do, you potentially have got the ability to come out of those trades reasonably successfully. Okay, so we're it's still a 4-on-4 battle now, so still everything to play for. However, that trading with the VK there has cost me quite a few of my hit points, so I'm a one-shot tank for most of the heavies that potentially I'm going to face. There is a KB1S out there, and there's a TB. There's also a TD out there. So potentially I do have to be a little bit careful. We take out that guy for kill number 3, and as we come over here, it becomes apparent that this guy is an AFK, so we certainly don't want him waking up. He's not in spawn, so he has been around the place, so we just want to get rid of this guy. One of my teammates clears him up, and we're now on a 3-on-2. Unfortunately, one of my teammates is going to be taken out in just a moment, and we're now down the prospect of a 2-2, and I'm a one-shot for both of the tanks on the enemy team here. And unfortunately, the only teammate I've got left is at 18. He's not going anywhere quickly, so I really do have to be very, very careful with my hit points here. Managed to get a shot into the KV-1S. He's stopped there, and he definitely wants me to poke out here, and I'm certainly don't want to give away my hit points under those circumstances. So I'm just doing my best here to see if I can get shots at him if he does drive on. And as he comes around here, as you can see, he is now attempting to close up on the AT. The TD has now also come into play here. I can't believe that one bounced. I mean, what did it bounce off? That's crazy. But we get we managed to get this guy cleared from across the map, and this is where I make what is probably the decision that cost me the game. The only advantage I have here is my manoeuvrability. Certainly can't afford to take a shot from this guy. Unfortunately, my instinct is to get over here and try and help out my teammates, see if I can get shots into him whilst his gun is pointed elsewhere. So I actually closed the distance on this guy when potentially I really shouldn't have done, bearing in mind that the AT is now taken out and I'm just too close to this guy now. What I should have done is maybe whacked in that shot, turned my tank around, and headed off to another flank. I don't do that. That gives the KV the option to roll round on me. He's got the downhill helping him as well, and unfortunately I'm in the worst position here. I can't get round him quickly enough, and I get taken out. So disappointed with the loss there, but just under 3k damage and 4 kills and an ace mastery. I did check on the KV-1S actually, he got an ace for that game as well, so 2 players on different teams both getting an ace is quite rare. Okay, and for our last game we have a new contributor, SpongeBob Carrypants from the Barmy clan. He's rolling out on Falls Creek in the Borsig Baby Waffle Tractor. And he plays an excellent game here, really does use the terrain and the strength of his tank to very good effect. The other thing I like to see as well, obviously, you know, these kind of tanks you can't afford. You know, you really shouldn't be frontlining them. You're just going to make yourself a dirty, gravy target. But also, you know, in certain circumstances, it infuriates me when TD drivers with big guns simply won't move their tank. They, you know, will basically play with the style of I'm not moving until somebody drives in front of me. Now, SpongeBob here doesn't do that. He's prepared to move his tank around the battlefield. He's prepared to get stuck in to help out his teammates, and that is going to pay off from here. He's got himself an excellent position. He's got cover that he can easily dip into, and he's got multiple enemy targets in front of him that are all showing him their sides, which is going to be an excellent opportunity for SpongeBob here to keep whacking in nice big amounts of alpha with the excellent gun that you do get on the Borsig. So he's already whacked in well over 1,000 damage here, and he's doing his very, very best to keep these guys at bay and stop them pushing. Now the Reds are playing it a little more cautiously. They are aware that they are getting engagement across the map. However, this fella pokes out a little bit too far and shows the front of his tank, and that gives Sponge an opportunity to whack a shell in. Yeah, we're 2,500 damage already, and he hasn't taken a hit here, and he's doing a great amount to help out his team by holding off this heavy flank. Now he has taken a bit of damage there, and straight away he looks to improve and relocate his tank. Very good play here. He's potentially just having a quick look here. Now he can see that he's got heavies who are potentially trying to get to grips with these heavy tanks here from the red team. So again, he's on the move. He's round here and he's helping out his teammates. This is exactly the sort of driving that you do want to see, rather than just camping in a corner and expecting the world to drive in front of you. And this is really, really good play. So he's taken his second kill. He's up to almost 3,500 damage now, and it's looking very, very good for the green team at this point. They're a couple of tanks up, and it's all looking very, very healthy. They've got no threat from losing the game on cap points. So at this moment in time, it's all about how much more damage we can farm up. And he gets a beautiful shot right into the top of the tank there for kill number 3. And now it's simply a question of getting as much damage out of this last guy as we can. That's in his first shot there. That takes him at over 4k damage. As he comes around here, and this is good. This is patient. A lot of people would have tried the snapshot there. He waits for the guy to come around. Whacks in another high dose of alpha, doesn't quite get the kill unfortunately, and his teammate comes to clean it up. But an excellent display of mobile tank destroyer driving there, an ace mastery, just under 5,000 damage, 3 kills, a fantastic game from SpongeBob there. Okay, I'd like to thank Godslayer and SpongeBob for sending me their replays. Thank you all for watching and supporting the channel, and as always, good hunting and bye for now.